Hey guys, just a quick video here about how I wired my 2016 Lexus RCF with the GTHaus Meisterschaft exhaust. This is the valved exhaust that has a tap into one of the vacuum lines in your engine bay in order to turn the valves on and off. Again, this application is for my 2016 RCF. It's going to be pretty similar for the GSF, probably identical due to the same engine. This worked out for me pretty well. GTHaus doesn't have too much instructions about how to wire it, so kind of winged it, and this worked pretty well. So kind of talk to you about what we did. So tapped into the OEM brake booster line, which is going to be this line right here. Basically snip that in half, used the provided kind of the clear T-tap, connected that, sealed it shut, and used the provided kind of this blue tubing here, connects to that T-tap, goes all the way down, and then it connected to this silver funnel thing. So this is probably a unidirectional valve. Got to make sure that the arrow right there faces towards the brake booster line. From that valve, connect all the way through here into the solenoid. So looking at the solenoid, if the text is facing the right way, it's going to be the very left kind of input right there. Looking at the solenoid, there's only going to be two inputs that are used, or kind of the nipples that are used, the one on the very left and top left. This one is going to be empty on the right hand side. So that's all set. That's pretty simple. Next thing we do is going to be the wiring from the solenoid all the way back to the exhaust. So this cord right here, this tubing is a single tubing that goes all the way down to my rear axle, underneath the panel of the car to the rear axle. And then from the rear axle, it's going to be hard to see here, but basically what I did was I used the provided T-tap, the metal one. So single tube all the way down to the rear axle, provided T-tap, and then it splits off into two tubes. One of them goes to each muffler, of course. So let me see if I can get a view right here. You can see, you can barely see it right there. So that one's pretty straightforward as well. That goes again all the way from the under panel of the car to this right here on the top left. Power. So this has to get power from somewhere. GTHaus recommended plugging into the battery, but that's going to be a constant battery draw, even with your battery when your car is off. So I figured this must be a better option. Power goes from here on the top right. This connected little wire thing goes all the way over to this black wireless transmitter. So this connects to your wireless remote that turns on and off the solenoid. This splits into two. This second one goes over to where I connected into power. So I connected into the fuse box on the passenger or driver's side of the engine bay. So what I did was I found an accessory fuse that's only on when the engine's on or the car's on, and that happens to be, I believe, the windshield wiper motor, fluid motor. So that's going to be not windshield wiper. This is the headlight fluid motor. So what I did, I used the tap of fuse, connected, pull that original fuse out, which is going to be the very one on the very right, bottom right. And I think I put this is what I did here. This is with a mini ATP low profile fuses, I believe. So the original fuse is going to be that 20, and I added a 7.5 on the very top. And this connects to that, and there. So the remote uses power whenever my car is on, so it doesn't have a constant battery draw, which is kind of nice. You don't have to worry about your battery dying or anything. So once that's all buttoned up, I use some tape to kind of stick this next to that, and it's doing pretty well. And I use some zip ties to kind of attach the solenoid as well here. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions.